Back. We have Kristen Rinderknecht joining us, life coach. She's with KR Coaching DSM. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we want to talk. We've had, we always want to try to help people be our best.
Yes.
And I know life coaching is kind of a big thing right now. So first off, just kind of talk about how you kind of got into this industry.
So health and life coaching has definitely become a big deal, a big industry. And what drew me to it was a significant life change in myself and in my life. And I just felt that after processing through what I had endured and been through, it was time for me to take that to the next level, because people were not finding really what they needed out there to maybe get them through some very difficult circumstances in their lives, and maybe a tragedy, maybe just a challenge in general. Mm-hmm. It could be a health challenge, some sort of a relational challenge. And what I discovered was that by delving into this area, I was able to help equip other people to process through hurt, pain, tragedy, also to celebrate their successes and joys and ways that they have overcome struggles in their lives.
Yeah, what do you find is the biggest struggle that people are dealing with right now?
I would think one of the biggest struggles people deal with is that we want to be heard. People want to be heard. They want to be listened to. They want to be taken seriously. They have pains.
Really?
They have anxiety. They have stress.
Because everybody's talking. It's a noisy world right now, and everybody's talking and all of that. But it
is a very noisy word. They want to share. They want someone to feel their heartache with them. And yet we live in this society where Facebook and Instagram, everything looks so perfect, and we feel like we have to live up to that expectation of perfection.
But aren't those the outlets, though, that people are getting their messages out that you mentioned just now? They want to be heard, so they're jumping on the Facebooks and the Twitters and places like that.
And how healthy is that?
Okay, well, I'm not saying it is, but that's what they're turning to, though.
Yeah.
They are turning to that, and a lot of times we get a lot of that feedback from people that's not always the best
not the most
fit.
Productive.
Not the most productive feedback. Right. And so sometimes it keeps us in this state of anger and bitterness and hurt when we really want some freedom from that.
So talk about the process of having a life coach in our lives. Is it kind of like having a therapist, or
having a life coach? So a therapist, I think we counselors are necessary. I have had my own counselor. I've been through my own counseling, but for me, a life coach is someone who's kind of there in the day-to-day stuff. Am I going to be able to keep my head above water today? Am I going to survive the next hour? Am I going to be able to cope with this situation that came my way? I really, from the health standpoint, I really want to deal with my high blood pressure. I want to deal with my weight loss. I want to deal with the stress and anxiety I'm feeling. I don't know how to do that. So in comes a life coach who can really help equip them with some of the tools that best suits those needs that they have, and helps them find their outcome, their truest version of themselves, the desires that they want, of who they really are at the end of the day.
So how often am I visiting with my new life coach?
It could be anywhere from once a week to twice a week. We could also set up a schedule where there are people that are in such a downward spiral, where they are in so much pain and heartache, and they aren't sure how they're going to get through the next hour of their day. You know what? I have a cell phone. Send me a text message. Let's talk. Because sometimes you need that for a couple of weeks. You just need someone to hold your hand through some really difficult circumstances and situations.
And I was saying that's got to be a difficult situation, for the life coach themselves too, because I'm sure you're dealing with more than just one or two people.
You are, and sometimes it gets a little bit tricky. But at the end of the day, when you realize that you are going to help someone get to the other side of it and find the joy and the life and the happiness that they have not been experiencing, it's a thrill to my heart. It makes me so excited.
You know how important that is.
It is.
Because
it's
you've
so
had your
important.
Own experiences
I have
with
had
that.
my own life coaches, if you will, who literally handheld me through a lot of different struggles.
And that's kind of your niche. You've decided that's where you really try to specialize, because a lot of people, they think life coach, you know, I just want to better, I want to get healthier, I want to, but you kind of focus on the areas where most people are less apt to seek the, you know, to get through the struggles and the challenge and the stuff that kind of nobody wants to talk about.
Nobody wants to talk about. They want to hide back from it. They feel embarrassed. They're scared. They're fearful. They aren't sure how to take that next step. And when they do, it's a huge success. And when they can find out that they don't have to keep living in this turmoil and that it does come to an end and there is light and life on the other side, it really is quite exciting.
And how long does it take for someone to realize the benefits of having a life coach in their life?
Yeah, it's really going to depend on where they're at. It's going to depend on where they're at in their situation. You know, maybe they've been through a lot of counseling and they feel really healthy and they've processed through a lot of their pain, but now they're kind of stuck with this. I put on 20 pounds. I put on 20 pounds while I was going through this turmoil, or I've I have lost sleep and I've stress and anxiety. So that's where the health side can come in and help people.
They're intertwined.
They are really intertwined in a very big way, and you begin to help take steps to move forward to the next thing. You help them discover what it is they want. What are their passions? What are their desires? What is their why beneath the why? Why do they want to get to where they want to be? And then you start to peel back those onion layers and you get to discover who this person really is in their truest form, and they get to begin to live a very authentic life.
While you're talking about this, I'm not sure if you realize that you're starting to glow a little more, because you're talking and you can see the success that you've had and the lives you have changed.
Yeah, I get very excited about it, because there's no better place than to live in freedom from pain and hurt, and it's just an amazing place to be.
Yeah. Well, what would be your number one takeaway for somebody that's kind of going through something right now and just that could benefit them?
Yeah, whether it's relational or health-based struggle, you're not alone. I mean, you absolutely are not alone. We feel very alone. We feel like we are the only ones going through this at this time, and you're not.
And I don't want to talk about it.
But
the best thing you can do is find somebody that you can trust and get that support system in place, and then the sooner you're going to get to the other side of it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great information. And if people want to find out more information on what you do and maybe get involved if they're needing some help, you can go to your website.
Yes. You can go to my website, krcoachingdsm.
Give you a call, send you an email.
Give me a call, send me an email.
And it's not because
you
don't have to, because we have so much different, ways to access people and get the information, it makes it, the commitment level is different for us. It could be just something that maybe you talk to them on the phone on a regular basis.
Absolutely. We could meet in person. We can do phone conference.
That was my next question about that. So either in person or on the phone.
Either in person or on the phone. We have busy lives. We lead busy lives, and sometimes a phone call while somebody's on the road traveling is the best.
Just to get me down off the ledge or whatever.
Absolutely. Those ledges can be very tenuous at times. Sometimes we think we're going over.
Good stuff. Thank you for coming in and sharing
Thank you for having me.